A very good morning to everybody watching this video back. If you're not live with me, I was feeling impulsive to spend a little time with you guys on Thanksgiving. It's a holiday here in the US, and today this represents a chance to get together with family. And as someone who is recently diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and as someone who's just been working through this diagnosis for the last year when I was stage 3 and has progressed, holidays naturally have taken on a different meaning for me. And so what I want to do in this live stream is I want to start by doing a reading from Starting Your Day Right. It is a Christian devotion morning reading. If the religious aspect of that stresses you out, please hang in there with me. I'm not here to push anything on you. I just want to read this and see what I get from it and how it causes me to reflect. But I'd love for you to stay and just listen for any wisdom you might find that you could apply to whatever you do or do not believe in. So I just wanted to try this out, but I mean it as tastefully as I can. So I hope you can understand. And then after that, I'm going to answer a few prompts and a few questions that ChatGPT helped me come up with as like mental and emotional check-in prompts having to do with stage 4 cancer, having to do with it being a holiday. And I imagine this will last 10 to 15 minutes. After that, I'm going to get to the comment section, and hopefully some of you are here with me and read your comments and answer some questions. And just know that by being here today with me, you're definitely making my life a bit better. And I hope you hear something or feel something that makes you want to stay and makes you want to participate, makes you want to come back and spend time with me. You guys uplift me more than I could ever possibly explain. It's hard to explain to people what it's like to have a YouTube audience so caring, so loving, so nice, and so engaged with me. It means a lot, particularly during hard times. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and start this, and then I'll get to the comment section. So reading, reflection, prompts from ChatGPT about the holidays and cancer, just to see if I might share something that can open me up and feel good, and then and hopefully do something of value for you. And then we'll get to your comments and questions. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So I started reading this Joyce Meyer Starting Your Day Right book. I think whether or not you're a Christian or have any religious background or not, this is one of those books that's like there's some good wisdom in here for everyone. With today being, of course, the 27th, I totally didn't have to double check that. Thanksgiving here in the States, November 27th, it says, November 27th, it says, go on through. Yes, though I walk through the deep, sunless valley of the shadows of death, I will fear or dread no evil, for you are with me. Your rod to protect and your staff to guide, they comfort me. That's so, yeah, it's Psalms 23:4. I think about that part of Psalms all the time since being diagnosed with cancer. One of my main aims is to be as unafraid as I possibly can about the potential of death. My poor little brain trying to figure out how to protect me or help me survive is constantly thinking about death. And these sort of expressions help comfort me. A little reflection on that. It says, knowing God personally, or some good orderly direction. I feel so very much wanting this to be inclusive. Knowing God personally requires trusting Him through the hard times in life and not running away from trials. It requires being faithful to do whatever He says to do, being steadfast while waiting for Him to work out your problems. You understand how faithful and how good God is when you see His deliverance in your life. You can't get that certainty by reading a book about Him. Your faith increases by going through tough times and seeing His presence make a difference in your life. Don't run away from God during tests and trials. Draw near to Him and listen for His voice for assurance. Yeah, beautiful, and something I certainly want to read and need to hear all the time, every single day. I don't know about you guys. I don't know how you're doing. I hope you tell me in the comment section, but I know that we all have our struggles, and I know some of us have very specific struggles that are health related, like me. Some of us have mental health struggles. I've had them in the past. I'm pretty stable right now. And these are difficult things. And for me, when I'm going through them, my faith is everything in order to keep my actions in line with who I think I want to be. And so readings like that remind me that I'm not running the show. And dude, having advanced cancer, especially a cancer that I thought we were doing well with, I thought we were taking care of, I thought was getting better over the last year, having it advance and progress, and having death looming over me, at least as far as it does in my brain. It's a great reminder that I am not running the show, that I am very powerless in a great many ways. And for me personally, it's like my faith, God is either everything or he's nothing. And so I lean on that, and it just helps keep me calm. It helps remind me that all of this is temporary. It's some sort of, it's like a healing blanket over me. And I have to say, because of stuff like that, I really haven't and often don't freak out. And that's not normal for me. I'm an anxious soul by nature, I think. And for me, putting my faith and my trust in a loving God and leaving it at that, just asking God constantly, direct my thinking, direct my actions, help me be who I was ever intended to me, help me not be afraid, what would you have of me, stuff like that makes a huge difference. And I just wanted to say that, but I don't want to grandstand on my faith. I've never talked this much about it because I've always been afraid that if I did, people would not want to be here or something, or people would feel alienated potentially, and I never want that. I want everyone who wants to be here regardless of that stuff. But that's what that reading made me think. Okay, let's go over a few prompts from ChatGPT, and we're going to spend the next, let's say, 8 to 10 minutes doing this, and then I'm just going to hop in the comment section with you. And I really hope you guys are having your best possible day. Thank you for the morning distraction on Thanksgiving before family time starts and things like that. Okay, the first one, it says, how I'm really doing today. How am I really doing today? I'm doing good today on Thanksgiving, and I'd love to know how you're doing. I really want to just be a part of Thanksgiving. I want to be very focused and present on what's happening. I want to really take in these experiences. I have melodrama in my head all the time. Whatever tropes of TVs, shows, and movies that you can imagine for melodrama about having cancer, terminal illness, and things like that. I'm having all of them, and they just lead me to want to stare into the eyes of my family members. They lead me to want to listen very carefully to what people have to say. I'm doing that thing in the morning where I get up and I take a deep breath and I look outside and I'm just like, still here. This is beautiful. So I'm doing okay today. I'm going to focus on being very, very much here in my holiday today because I do have chemotherapy starting in a couple weeks, and I don't know what that's going to feel like, and I don't know how that's going to impact my thoughts and my emotions and what have you. So I'm just going to stay right here, right now. I feel pretty damn good. The second question per the Chat GPT, it says, what has surprised me the most about myself since the diagnosis? What has surprised me most about myself since the diagnosis? What has surprised me most? I think what surprised me most, I suppose, is just how many people were going to go out of their way to look after me and to look after my wife and to help and to take care of and to provide for and to offer up. I think having been someone who's had clinical depression, very, very bad clinical depression, which was in a great many ways a lot more uncomfortable or painful than this has been most of the time, and seeing the difference in response from people has been pretty stark. And I don't mean that in some sort of like bad way. But yeah, I have a named issue right now that a lot of people empathize with and sympathize with, which is a joy. And it surprised me just how much more love and help I get than maybe I perceived myself to get when I was clinically depressed. Not that I didn't get support, got tons. But it's like the world hears that you have depression. The world hears that you have cancer. And man, they're so kind and they're so nice. And it's great. I love it. I'm overwhelmed by the love and kindness I receive. It's just incredible. That's what I'm trying to say. Next, what does Thanksgiving feel like this year compared to years past? What does Thanksgiving feel like this year compared to years past? It just feels like I have to take it more serious or something. It just feels like I need to, eat the turkey slower. I'm having thoughts that I need to, I just gotta soak this up. 'Cause, I've always had this is a mistake, I think, for me. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, from XL. I'll address that in a moment. It's really kind of you. Thank you. I've always had this misguided idea that I had time to ... I've got time to do whatever. I got time to see this person. I have time to accomplish this thing. I can become who I want to become tomorrow. I'll start this next project later. And now, of course, I don't know that I have much time, and it makes me want to just really be here now, like I kind of already said. It makes me just want to soak up this Thanksgiving. And on a less like, oh, I'm so grounded note, I just want to eat like all the food. For me, Thanksgiving is about, all the family and people and places. I even want to play silly board games. I'm typically someone who doesn't want to do that, but like I'm here for it now. But for me, Thanksgiving is like I want to have a gigantic meal, much too big. And then way too later in the day, I want to have a second meal by myself, watching some silly show, just going dummy on some leftovers. Question number 4. What I'm learning about myself mentally and emotionally right now. What I'm learning about myself mentally, emotionally right now, I'm just learning that I can be consistent with my thoughts and my emotions in spite of great difficulties. So many of you, I have no doubt, are much, much more resilient and strong than I am. And I think you can understand, though, is that maybe I would think a couple of years ago, dude, you're going to end up with stage 4 cancer and all these difficult circumstances are going to come your way. You're probably going to be depressed about it. You won't be able to enjoy life. Or maybe I would have assumed as much, and it hasn't been the case. Like I said, my faith, you guys, my family, I've learned that my mental and emotional stability is very good, and that's great. I got a few more, and then we'll start reading your comments. And thank you guys for being here. A random live stream, 78 of you. You're on a holiday. I appreciate it. Number 5, what do I find myself wanting more of these days? What do I find myself wanting more of these days? I just want more time with my wife. That's it. I'm just hunting down more time with her whenever possible. It's all I think about. I just think about spending time with her and being close to her and looking at her and talking to her. That's all. Number 6, what fears or worries have been hardest to talk about and what helps me face them? What fears or worries have been hardest to talk about and what helps me face them? I think the hardest to talk about for sure is passing away. And let me bring you guys into my world on this Thanksgiving. If you weren't feeling depressed before, you're gonna now. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I hope I'm kidding. I certainly don't see, this is the same thing. I'm having a fear of talking about death to you guys because I don't want to put that energy on anyone else. And I don't want to talk about it in a way that makes people like feel sorry for me per se, and not feel for me, but like feel sorry, pity me, things like that. And that's the dynamic I have in my head sometimes with friends and family. Certainly something I try to navigate with some integrity and some grace with my wife. Fears or worries are like, what will it feel like? What will happen leading up to when I take my last breath? Who will be there? What's going to happen right after for people around me? Will Jessie be taken care of? Will she have enough? That stuff. It's hard to talk about. It is. And but what helps me is to use some emotional awareness and reality tests with people that can maintain their who I know are resilient enough to be like, will you talk with me about this? Because otherwise, if I don't talk about it out loud, I'll leave with this. It's just me alone playing ping pong on these really tough topics. So, number 7, what gives me strength and hope right now? Number 7, what gives me strength and hope right now? My faith. And then on a more practical, real, tangible, touchable thing, I just have a wonderful medical team that's putting together a great plan. I meet with an oncologist in a week and a half, 2 weeks. And I have a good naturopath. I have a really good oncologist who specializes in appendiceal cancer. I have a great surgeon who may potentially work with me if we can get my tumor burden down. I have you guys supporting me. I've got my wife, my friends, my family. I think all of that just really helps. It gives me a lot of strength and hope right now. It makes me want to put out some hope to other people. Let's do a couple more. What do I wish people understood about living with stage 4 cancer? What do I wish other people understood about living with stage 4 cancer? Having not spent any time thinking about any of this, I suppose I would want people to understand that that stage 4, I just learned this, and I think this is a worthwhile thing to say. Stage 4 is not like 1, 2, or 3 in that they're set blocks, right? Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. I guess I'd want people to understand that stage 4 is like from here to the ceiling, and it's a really vast, broad spectrum, unlike the other ones. So there's a lot of wiggle room for how people experience it. That's what I'm trying to say. Number 9, what am I grateful for today despite everything or because of everything? What am I grateful for today despite everything or because of everything? I'm grateful that most of the time so far, the experience I'm having has lent itself very well for like tenderness in me and gentleness in me. And I don't want to be angry with people, and I want to be kind to people. And I appreciate how kind people are being to me and my vulnerability with this situation. And it just makes me grateful for everything. It really does, like everything. Number 10. We have 3 more. How has my outlook on lifetime and priorities changed? I mean, how has my outlook on lifetime priorities changed? I kind of already said this. What matters to me really has zoned in or has honed in on my family, my friends, my wife, and the time we have together. It's one of those like when you ask someone on their deathbed, sort of responses. All right, 2 more questions. What parts of myself feel stronger and what parts feel more fragile? What parts of myself feel stronger and what parts feel more fragile? This one's pretty easy. My faith feels stronger. My spiritual health feels stronger. My body feels more fragile, hands down. After I had the hemicolectomy surgery back in December of 2024, where it was like a pretty big surgery. They took out a lot of my intestines and things like that. I was very physically weak, and I realized how sensitive I was physically and how vulnerable I was physically. I remember thinking I couldn't protect Jesse from a house cat right now. And I'm someone who has a background in CrossFit and fitness and weightlifting and raw, using my body. And this whole thing has made me acutely aware of how very fragile my body is and how very fragile all of this really is. And I just had a laparoscopic surgery 2 weeks ago, and I'm about better, but I had to be careful on how I moved and the exercises I could do. And I'm assuming chemo is going to wipe me out and make it hard to work out. So yeah, my body, definitely my body. Morning! My wife just woke up. Let me let her know what I'm doing. 2 seconds. Hi, love.
What are you doing?
I'm doing a random Thanksgiving live stream. I'll probably be doing it for about 30 more minutes. Good morning, I love you. Give me kids. I just wanted to say hi to people. Alright, I'll see you soon. I don't know if they've eaten. Like, I fed them, but neither of them ate from their bowls for like a half hour after I fed them.
They want gravy on it.
Oh, probably. Alright, excuse me, you guys. I want to be respectful of your time. Last question before we do Q&A. What support has meant the most to me lately? What support has meant the most to me lately? I can't put all the support has meant a lot to me lately. The financial support, the GoFundMes, the meals being dropped off by people that barely know me, the emotional support, the comment section, you guys sharing, all of it means a lot. Okay, thank you. That is the end of like the formal part, or at least my attempt at a formal part to start this live stream. I'm now just going to dig into your comments and questions for the next 20, 30, 40 minutes, however long seems appropriate for right now. And I really, really appreciate you guys being here. Ask away or comment away, share how you're doing or what you're up to today, anything that's on your heart. Just know that I'm really, really glad you guys are here. This is very fun for me in a time where things are very serious. This feels very light and warm. And I want light and warm. Let's go to that super chat first. This is from XL812, a 20. Oops, go away. I don't know what's going on. There we go. XL812, 1999. Thank you for the super chat. It just goes straight into helping support my family, me and my wife and I through everything we're going through. It's very nice. For any of you wondering, what is that? It's not something you have to do, but if you happen to feel inspired to do so, it just flashes to me so that I can see your comment first. I think I wanted to put this on the screen now. Oh Lord, bear with me, guys. If I can't figure this out really quickly, I will bail on this really quickly. All right, let's see if we can't add. Oh, hold on, I'm still here. I'm still here. Hold on. Don't leave, please. I'm still here. All right, let's see. Can I now drag this over here and then go back to being here? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. I'm gonna probably have to give up now. Oh, I'm still here. Hold on. I'm trying. Can I figure out this max? Oh, I think we got it. We just gotta move this over here. Are we winning? And then make this bigger. Oh God, I'm sorry guys. I should have practiced this for sure. I should have absolutely practiced this. This is likely not a good use of anyone's time. All right, I think we got it. Let's see how that looks. And I'll check my phone. Forgive me, guys. Not good. Not good at all. Should have practiced this. Are you guys...
Celebrate the best deals during the Black Friday.
I'm just checking on YouTube to see how this looks for you guys. Oh, Lord. Okay. Are you still here? Is anyone still here? Did I just ruin that? Thank you for that super chat is what I'm trying to say. And let's get to your guys' questions. Widowmaker gives hands and hearts. Happy Thanksgiving from Marta. Can you guys not see what I'm seeing? Can you guys not see what I'm seeing? Lord, you can't. All right. That's okay. That's okay. We will go ahead and stop that. And we'll make this big again. I'll stop fussing around. All right, sorry guys. Officially and for sure back and focused. If anyone's watching this back and you want to see the comments that are going on, just open up the chat feature on your YouTube. That was my whole idea, is that you could see those coming. I've officially botched. I punted this live stream. To your comments and questions, focus Noah. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Turkey Day. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Hi Noah. Happy Thanksgiving from Widowmaker, Martha Bench, Kirsten. Hi Kirsten. Erica, Widowmaker, Claire. Kirsten says, hope you and your family can relax and enjoy the day. So very thankful to have you had you in my life over the past decade. Much love to you too. Find whatever bit of peace you can find, my friend. Thank you for being here. Denise says, happy Thanksgiving, Noah. Thank you, Denise. Chivo says, howdy, no. I love you in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. Thank you. Amen. Love you. Jojo says, happy Thanksgiving, Noah, sending prayers to you and your family. And we love those prayers. They actually mean a lot to us, truly. I think about being covered in prayer all the time, and it's really cool. It's really wonderful. Enlightened One says, lots of love from India. Amazing. Thank you. Enlightened One says, are you sober, Noah? Yes, I've been sober since September 17th, 2023. One day at a time, and emotionally sober for most of that time as well. XL812 says, hey, Noah, I've been watching you for 10 years when I was researching TRT. Well, I'm glad you're here, man. Lisa Miriam, one of my channel members, thank you for that. Watching your mental health journey over the last 10 years plus, wow, you are so incredibly mentally stable now. You have always been of a high emotional intelligence, but this is another level. Yeah, I take no credit. I do actually agree that I'm fairly emotionally stable now compared to the past, but I give the credit to sobriety and recovery. I certainly take no credit for me off my own instincts, that's for sure. But it's nice to hear. Thank you. Alyssa says, happy Thanksgiving, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving, good morning. XL, I see. Thank you so much for that super chat. Indulge yourself today, eat all the pie. Thank you again for that super chat. Q's says, please research Antiva seems promising. Okay, thank you. Wild Smile says, why is there 70 watching but only 19 likes? Press the like button. You guys do whatever you want. But that's really sweet. Thank you. Reaper says, hi, Noah. Happy Thanksgiving. How do you cope with being present in your current situation? And what advice would you give to someone who's going through a medical hardship to be present? Blessings. You know, there's some like practical tools for that I've used. Not often, but I have used them. Like, you know, you can bring yourself present just by nature of demanding it. Like, I need to identify 5 things that I see, and then you can identify 5 things you can see, and what are 4 things you can hear, and what are 3 things you can touch, and what are 2 things you can smell, and you end up, I think, what's the last sense? Touch, smell, hear, see. Lord, I'm forgetting something obvious. It's early. That's what I get. But I mean, otherwise, I think meditation helps me stay present. I think for me, I keep bringing up God, but it's like the foundation of my whole life. But I ask God constantly, how would you have me be? What would you have me think? What would you like me to do? And usually it just brings me into a deep sense of intuition of what would be most useful next. Who might I serve? Even if it is myself next, how can I accomplish that? And then I can reality test with people and things like that. I also wonder that if I don't name what I'm struggling with, if I don't name the difficulties I'm having with at least one other person, like if I'm not current with one other person about exactly what I'm thinking and feeling and having fears about or worrying about, then I'm carrying too heavy a load by myself. XL and Dolgy, thank you. Windy One, Noah, you are so funny. I pray for you often. Lean on Jesus. Enjoy. Thank you. I will, and thank you for the kind words. Ninja Dragon says, bro, you need to start using Gemini 3, so much better than ChatGPT. I'm open. I've just always used ChatGPT. I have the plus version. It is so helpful for this cancer stuff because I audio record everything, all the visits with my consultant, all the doctor's visits, and then I punch the transcript into ChatGPT to just help me understand, what did I just hear? What are my next to-do list things? How can I stay organized? It's all too much for me. And often the science side of it, the medical side of it goes over my head. And so I can't imagine not having it. But yeah, I'm open to anything. Do you guys have an actual perspective on all the different AIs? Which one is the most robust and useful and organized? I've had a really good experience with ChatGPT Plus, but it's also the only experience I've ever had. Nikki, I wish this was on the screen. It bugs me that you guys aren't seeing this with me. But I'm not going to try again like I did before. But I wish I had set this up in advance. It would be nice if you guys could just follow along with me. Anyway, Nikki says, Noah is live. Yay. I love you. Noah, I'm getting ready to start our Thanksgiving tradition at 1 from Ohio, visiting family, lots of good food and games, the bestest. That's amazing. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I sincerely hope you enjoy it. I've never been more honest, or I've never felt that more deeply. I love you too, as a fellow human, and I hope you have such a good day. Americis says, hi, everyone. Hi, Americis. Rodrigo says, I envy you for being a religious man. I'm an atheist. Don't envy me, my friend. I don't think anything negative about your position as an atheist. I run to my faith because it protects my heart and it fills me up and it controls my thoughts, and it's just done something for me that I can't explain. But I am not one of those people that thinks I've sorted something out that someone else hasn't. That's like the furthest away from what I'm experiencing. So yeah, you have your reasons, I'm sure, and more power to you for that, honestly. And Americis says, I'm grateful you are here with us today. Yeah, I'm super grateful you guys are here too. I wondered if only a handful of people would be available. It seems like a bad time to do a live stream. So I'm really glad you guys are here. XOXY says, sweet Mike of cancer on YouTube passed away. Noah's struggling all alone on YouTube of liver cancer. Noah's all alone. Please find him. He's a good guy and all alone in the world. I'm not exactly sure who he's referring to. Man, I do know a lot of us with cancer are making that next step. I know a lot of us that are winning, that are overcoming our cancer physically. But I am painfully aware of how many of us are physically losing that battle and moving on to the next life. And yeah, it's really hard. It's really, really hard, isn't it? Prayers for sweet Mike and anyone struggling, and love and hope and calm or whatever good energy I can send your way to any of you right now that are here with me right now on this stream, just not feeling great, not thinking very well, not excited for your day, dreading something. Just know that you're in good company. A lot of us are. I happen to be stable right now, but boy, do I know what it is to feel utterly hopeless or somber or apathetic or dangerously depressed or anxious. I really do. So yeah, just sending a lot of hope and love to you guys. A very generous super chat. My goodness. XL812. Dang. $49.99. Thank you. That's incredible from XL. 812 means a lot. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are helping prop up my 2026 with chemo and surgery and my business closing and just the unexpected cost of this condition. It's been humbling, and it's humbled my family, and it's humbled me, and it's giving me a whole new perspective on how much we all need help and how thankful I am that I have it, how I can pay it forward. But for now, thank you. It's really, really nice. Did you leave another comment or question or anything like that? XL. Well, badass, man. Thanks a lot. Okay. Mark says, Noah, my man. What up? Marina says, hey. Hey, Marina. Ninja Dragon says, do you think it's possible for someone to be at peace with death without being religious? Yeah, of course. I've met a lot of people. Well, I've met people, I don't know about a lot of people, but I've met people that have no religious proclivities, have no belief system in that sort of traditional faith-based way, but maybe are spiritual or believe in energy, let's say, or the universe, whatever. That they feel a great sense of peace about it all, for sure. Absolutely. America says, yes. XOXY says, OPPS typo, Neil is alone, not Noah. Spell check dilemma. Neil has liver cancer on YouTube, all alone. If Neil is here, or if there's any way to get Neil a message for me, tell Neil that I'm thinking about him, that I'm thinking of him or praying for him, if that comforts him to know. I don't think he's alone, and there's always hope. I have met people in utterly dire situations, mental health-wise and physically, with the cancer thing, that have so much hope, that can overcome, and at the very least can find peace in their heart and their soul. So Wild Smile says, what's your favorite Thanksgiving side dish? I don't think pumpkin pie would be a side dish. You know, I don't even think this is a traditional one, but baked mac and cheese is constantly on my mind, but I've never made it, and only my sister's ever made it, and I won't be with her this year. Okay, let's do something. Okay, is it yams with marshmallow? I just want all the marshmallow. How about you guys? NYC says, at Rodrigo, atheist here too. I can't even understand religious faith. Yeah, it's not for everyone. And again, anyone watching hears me talking about God a lot lately. Just know that it's something that brings me comfort, but it's not meant to be pressuring or stressful to you. Lisa Miriam, one of my channel members, says, good morning, good morning. Oh, good morning, Jesse. I'll make sure she knows. Thank you. Beth Ann says, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh. XL, do you know that you're dropping $50 super chats, brother? Because that's absolutely bonkers. Thank you. You're not even leaving a question or a comment or a directive for the conversation, which I would honor. No more. Save your money. But thank you. Crazy. Writes yes. Yeah. Very generous. Wow. I'll be on the lookout to answer your questions quickly as a thank you. That's wild. Yeah, it's wild. Thank you. My goodness. XOXY says, watching Macy Day Parade, I lost 9 dear friends from 30 years old up this year. So sad out here. Glad you feel pretty damn good, Noah. Yeah, it's very, very hard, very sad. I do feel good. I'm hoping the Macy Day Parade brings you some peace today, too. Ninja Dragon says, can a non-religious person experience the same sense of peace? Yes, absolutely. We discussed that. Carlos Quim says, what is a great sharing? That is a great sharing. Oh, thank you. Ninja Dragon says, similar question as before, just phrased better. Yeah. Shannon says, can you give an update on your health? I have some catching up to do with you. Yeah, so the update on my health is that they did a CT scan that showed a thickening of my peritoneum. So it looked like some reoccurrence of cancer at the bottom of near my pelvis, the top of my pelvis. They did a laparoscopic surgery 3 weeks ago to take a look around to see what they saw. They found that my cancer had spread to my pelvis, my urethra, my bladder, and looks like my rectum, also my diaphragm, and on my peritoneum and my stomach. I met with the surgeon and I am no longer eligible as of today. And I haven't made a video about this. This will be the next video I release on the big channel, on this channel, for a formal video. But for those of you here that'll hear this deep into the live stream, the surgeon doesn't think it's a good idea to do surgery right now. They aren't sure they can get it all. And if they can't get it all, there's no reason to go in, for what I'm learning, because it will just come back and the inflammation of the surgery will create growth factors that'll just make it all spread and come back. So the only option we have right now, barring some second opinions I'm going to get, which I assume will corroborate what I've heard, is to start chemotherapy. And I'll be starting that in 2 weeks, I think. And I'll be using repurposed medications that I don't know if I can say them out loud, but I'll be using some of the big repurposed medications under the supervision of some doctors that you've heard about. And I'll be using tons of natural supplements at really super physiological doses. And I'll be using natural protocols too. And we're going to attack this as synergistically as we can. And then they'll do another laparoscopic surgery in 6 months to see if, at the very least, the cancer is holding steady, God willing, regressing. And if so, we'll re-talk about doing the surgery. The main issue, to wrap this up, about the surgery at the moment is that if they go in and let's say that they find they can get it all, I would end up with a urine bag and a colostomy bag for the rest of the time I have here with you guys. And that means I wouldn't have normal function of my rectum or my ability to urinate. And they worry about quality of life and stuff like that. That's the update. I just haven't given it until now. More to say on that in the next video. Jeez Louise. Oh, I really don't know what to say. Another super chat from XL812, a $99.99 super chat. Thank you. Sincerely. You've blessed me way more than what I could ever consider to be reasonable. I really appreciate it. I in no way am trying or plotting or planning or wanting you to give any more of your hard-earned money to my cause. This is wildly generous already. Please consider saving your money now. I just hope you know that. Thank you. This may be the most anyone's ever donated on a live stream. I really do appreciate it. I have a bazillion medical bills coming up, but please, no need to do any more. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Oh, you wrote last one, I promise. Okay, yeah, no, thank you. I'm having thoughts of like, I'm feeling insecure about it, actually, if I'm honest. Money's weird like that for me. Yeah. But thank you, truly. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let me catch back up. This is where I wish you could see what I was doing. I'm scrolling, and I would love for you to be able to see where I'm scrolling and where I'm at on the questions. The next question, Americis says, LOL. Ninja Dragon says, the follow-up question would be, how do you think you would be coping had you never found religion? Oh, God, I don't know. I don't know how I would cope if I didn't have God in my life. I think I'd be a lot more afraid. Personally, I believe I'd be a lot more afraid. One of my favorite things about my faith, and I've even talked to my mom about my guilt for running to my faith for this. Like, I hope God doesn't judge me for this, but the idea that I could see Jessie again, I could see my wife again in the Christian faith, it just, I don't have the language to adequately express what that means to me, to believe I'll see her again, knowing and thinking that there's a good chance I'll have to leave her here on her own, as far as not being with me, the guy charged with taking care of her in this lifetime via our marriage and our vows. That breaks my heart. That does make me quite sad and often despairing. But because of faith, the notion that I can see her again and hold her again and be in God's glory in heaven again with her, it helps me sleep at night. It helps me stay focused. It just warms me in a way that I cannot describe. I simply cannot describe it. So I don't know what I would do without it. For me personally, I think it'd be very scary. Yeah. Okay. Imana says, how did your appointments go this week? I just answered that. I hope you just heard that. I'll be meeting with the oncologist in 2 weeks. I'll let you guys know. Elisa says, it's all good. LOL. We can still see part of it. That's good. Amerisa says, you will figure it out. Karen says, wishing you a happy and great holiday season. Noah, you're doing amazing. Thank you. Alyssa says, yes, we are. A smiley face and a turkey from Marina. Amerisa says, I'm here. Martha says, when do you start your treatment? Should be about 2 weeks. I'll keep you guys appraised. We see you from Marina. Taylor, hi Noah, happy Thanksgiving Day to you and your family. Kathy says, good morning Noah, happy Thanksgiving, love NY, amazing. All amen from Wild Smile. Karen says, I love your support, doggy in the background. I have a teddy. Yeah, it's actually a teddy back there. Or is that a dog? Oh my God, I think it is a dog. I guess I always thought that was a teddy bear. Hi Noah from rainy, cold England from at 74 row. What's up? Imana says, watching from the Middle East. Wow, that's amazing. Welcome. Chris Beeman says, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Prayers back at you. Happy Thanksgiving, Chris. Boho Peggy says, happy Thanksgiving, Noah and family. Blessings from Lomita, California. Mother Bedlam 62 says, your stream popped up on my feed. I don't know who you are and I've never seen you stream before. Maybe I was supposed to see you today. I wish you a happy holiday to you and yours. Yeah, wow. I don't know if brave is the right word, but what an interesting thing to jump on a stream for someone you do not know and you've never heard of, and you still chose to come here and spend a little bit of time with me. Mother Bedlam, I hope you heard something or felt something that made you want to stay or made you want to come back and spend some time with me. And good on you for leaving a comment, by the way. I remember the first time I watched the live stream and I left a comment, and I was so nervous to even leave a comment. This was some 10, 12 years ago. So comments are great. Engaging is great. It feels good to do it. It makes it more real, I think. It makes this damn near feel tangible as I put my fingers in your face. Karen says, California here. Nice. MCBC says, happy Thanksgiving from Ecuador. Looking forward to some fried turkey. That's amazing. Ecuador is in the house, and I don't think I've ever had fried turkey. I hear I'm missing out. Trell Dixon says, hey, happy Thanksgiving, my brother. Thank you. America says, taste. Oh, taste. Yeah. That's the other sense. Mark says, feel. Chris Beeman says, my Jesus got me through my near-death experience last December. Beautiful. Karen says, perseverance is key. Keep going, y'all guys. Thank you, Karen. Love you, Jesus. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family from your neighbor. God bless you. God bless you, too. JJ88 praying. Thank you for the prayers. Treldon says, hey, happy Thanksgiving. I got checked for prostate cancer. I was nervous waiting on the results. By God's grace, I was clear. You're going to be fine. I appreciate it. I'm glad you were clear. Shattuck says, thank you. You got it. You're welcome. Imana says, may Allah bless you and heal you. Thank you for that. I think Allah is a prophet, yeah? Alyssa says, I have to eat very small meals because of my chronic illness, gastroparesis. So this day of Thanksgiving is hard, but I'm excited to see my family I usually don't see often. I wish you as much physical stability as possible, and I hope you're filled with warmth seeing your family. JJ says, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Thank you. TKLADIS says, happy Thanksgiving, Noah, to you and your family. Taco Noodle says, Jesus loves all. Amen. Love your beanie. What company is it? Lord, I don't know what company this is. Levi Strauss & Co. I've had this one forever. And I do like this one. It's a good one. Sandra, one of my channel members, says, hope you can enjoy your family today. Yeah, I hope you can too. Thank you. Karen says, thank you so much for the visit and chat. You make Nate a special day. No, that makes me feel good. Thank you. Spider Monkey says, man, I follow you. My prayers are always with you and your family. Thank you for that. And prayers back to you. Linda says, at 80 years old with several health issues, I think I have some understanding of your feelings. Sending love through your way. God bless you. Sending love your way too. Nettie says, love and prayers from Germany. Love and prayers. Thank you. Back at you. So many people around the world. It's wild. Foot Patrol says, good morning, mate, from Australia. Thinking of you. Thank you. Shadlick says, everyone has been talking about mac and cheese lately. Dude, baked mac and cheese is like the unforgotten side on Thanksgiving. For me, mac and cheese is one thing. I love it. But baked mac and cheese is where I associate mac and cheese with Thanksgiving and feasting, and maybe even a little gravy over the mac and cheese. I didn't make that happen this year. I'm not going to get any. Sandra says, sweet potato puff. Hell yeah, Sandra. XL, yes. XO says, I will share with Neil your message, knowing that will thrill him. I'm glad. Please do. Chris Beeman says, religious faith is for everyone. It's a gift from God. Amen. Hawaii, happy Thanksgiving. I'm sending you love, light, and deep healing. Thank you very much for that. Let's see. XL, that's okay. MSBC says, hang in there, Noah. Stay strong. Alyssa says, XL, wow, I know. Serious. Branson says, hey, brother, sending much love. Thank you, Branson. JJ, my favorite to eat on Thanksgiving is turkey with the cranberry sauce on top. No gravy. Turkey with oh, I see. Hell yeah. Are you a white meat guy or a dark meat guy? I'm a just give me food guy. I'm following with you on your journey from Trell Dixon. Thank you. Music, movies, and more with Brian. Hugs, Noah. Praying for you and your family. Hope you have a nice Thanksgiving weekend. Thank you. Sending that sentiment back to you. Finola says, watching from Ireland. You are in my prayers. Thank you very much for being here. I love Ireland. Someday I want to go to Cork. Taylor Bailey says, I'm still I am not ill, but at age 66, I decided to take control of my final days. I have chosen to donate my body to Brown University Medical School. There's an entire protocol to be followed. Good for you. Ringo says, be strong, bro. I sure will. Thank you. APM says, though speaking religious needs to understand religion is man-made, what's important is a personal relationship with Jesus, our creator of the world and us. You will meet Jesus upon death one day. Thank you for sharing. Mark says, told my wife if I get cancer, no treatment for me. Not trying to be a downer, but I would rather be with Jesus than live with the hell. Yeah, everyone's entitled to that, yeah? I respect that. I get it. 180 waves. This is so wild to me. I came from your TRT journey. Yeah, I sometimes I forget that I'm not the center of the universe. And many of you that maybe know of me or have followed me some... perhaps didn't know that I was going through a serious medical battle. I think we just got, a very generous super chat again. Thank you so much. Bless you. From Michelle Mond 5896, a $50 super chat. Incredible. You've been in my prayers since you first posted your journey. You've got this. I appreciate the prayers. I appreciate your kindness, and I definitely am always humbled by the generosity to send money. Wonderful. Thank you. It means a lot. And I appreciate the prayers, and thank you. Thank you very much. Karen says, we enjoy your company, Noah. You have a purpose for all of this world. Yeah, I received that. Thank you. Treldon says, happy Thanksgiving, brother. Happy Thanksgiving. XOXY. Wow, Taylor, I want to do that too. How do you get in touch with Brown? Cool. BCIN says, seek the man of God, Lovey Elias. He prays for people and they are healed. Into his ministry, Revelation Nation. Thank you for sharing that. Happy Thanksgiving. Prayers sent from Helix, MSBEEC. Perplexity AI is best for research. This would be best for medical stuff. I just have free download and it's fabulous with so many good follow-up prompts to any questions. Awesome. Thank you. At the end, from Treadlin, at the end of the day, we are pure energy and it's a beautiful thing. You'll be fine. Thank you. APM says, Apostle Daniel Adams is an amazing man of God, doing God's work using his gifts. We was all granted. Awesome. Ninja says, well, I'm not religious, but I pray that does happen for you. Well, I don't pray, but I hope. Pray, hope, think of. Thank you. It's really kind of you. Music, movies, and more says, much love to you and your family. You have been an amazing inspiration, and I'm glad I found you on YouTube. You sound like an amazing young man with a heart of gold. Many prayers. That's nice of you to say. I appreciate you commenting. I appreciate you being here, taking time out of your day. Thanks for making my day a little bit better. Jerry Swallow says, they wanted to remove everything and put in a colon bag and pee bag, so I turned it down. So now it's just wait and see thing. I'm 80 years now, not going to try and live with that surgery. Yeah, Jerry, that's fair. That's really fair. Who could blame you? I think we will go for another 10 minutes or so, guys. I believe we'll go for another 10 minutes or so. And then I'll let everyone get back to their day. Thank you. Carrie says, greetings from Australia. Wow, thank you. John, I just see stars in a question. Mr. Nathan says, you actually made me cry when you said you are going to meet your wife again. Prayers sent from England. Yeah, crying is not a bad thing. I'm okay with that. I might have naturally thought to say sorry, but I don't know. Crying just means that we feel deeply about something. I think I have a cry just sitting in me right now. I've got all these like little tears that have come up, little moments of emotion. I think I have a really good cry just buried deep inside me that when the time is right, it'll It'll make its way out when the time is right. Yeah. Oh, John says, John J., how is your acid reflux or GERD? Better? Saw that doc visit you had. Yeah, that's all better. That wound up being cancer, my friend. I've been posting for years about the stomach issue I was having. Thought it was acid reflux, wondered if it was an ulcer. Wound up being cancer. Go figure. Foot Patrol says, g'day, mate, from Australia. Just wanted to say I'm thinking of you, mate. God, I want to do my cartoon Australian accent, but I worry that you'll think I'm making fun of you, and I'm not, so I'm not going to do it. But I want to. I'm going to do it. G'day, mate. Really glad you're here. I've never been to Australia, but I'd love to go one day. And if I've offended you, I didn't mean to. I'm just a stupid American who loves that accent and can't seem to help himself. My wife makes jokes all the time, especially when people don't know me very well and they see me at like my gym or around my friends. I'm not sure I speak with my normal voice more than 10% of the time. Constantly doing different voices. I don't even know I'm doing it. Sometimes that's not good because I want to be respectful of people. If they don't know me or we're not close friends, I certainly wouldn't want to offend needlessly. Frank, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Frank. XOXY, thank you, Taylor. I'm in Florida. Awesome. John J, happy Thanksgiving all. Amazing. Straight Jacket, stay strong. No, the Bring Sally Out challenge can wait. That inside joke is never going to die with you, is it? You're just going to ride that one till the wheels fall off. I love it. May Thanksgiving and Christmas Day be as peaceful as can be. Prayers for your healing, sir. Thank you. Right back at you. Straight Jacket Fitness has been here, making jokes, sending love, just being around for a long time. And it's pretty special. John J says, how's the gym? Your gym? My gym is closing. I've made the decision, my wife and I made the decision to close the gym. It closes here in about a month, a little under a month. We can't and won't be renewing our lease since I was diagnosed with cancer, where we haven't been able to keep up with the bills and grow the business. And with my cancer progressing, there's just no way. So it's time. Our members are sad. I've made peace with it, and we'll be closing the gym, and just grateful for the memories and the experience. XOXY says, GERD is rampant out there. It's awful indeed. John J working there still. Not sure what that was referencing. Brainstorm Homeschool says, happy Thanksgiving. Sending love and light from Houston, Texas. Yeehaw. Thank you. XO, thank you, Noah. You are helping so many with sources also. Thank you for the generosity. No, thank you guys. Pink Roses, good morning from Southern California. Happy Thanksgiving, Pink Roses. That name is very familiar to me. I think you've been popping in and checking in on me a lot. Thank you. XOXO, Paul and Perth, still going strong. Noah, he battled through it. Yeah, Paul is someone I deeply look up to. For those of you that don't know, he has damn near my exact cancer. So I didn't mention this will be in my next video, but they do an index score when they explore your abdominal cavity, and when they just, like what they did for me with the laparoscopy, they try and see how much cancer they can see, and they give you a score. I think 39 out of 39 would be the most spread you could possibly see inside the peritoneum, inside this area. And mine was 13, which is low mid. Paul's was 39 out of 39. Crazy. Tawny says, no, I tried commenting on your last video about an ex-teacher of mine who was also battling appendix cancer that spread and is now stage 4. She went through the mother of all surgeries, but is now seeking treatment outside the U.S. for alternative method. I would love to connect with you to see if you can benefit from one another. I'm not sure it took out my comment because I linked her GoFundMe. Probably took out your comment if you link someone else's GoFundMe. I don't say that with any disrespect. I'm just assuming they wouldn't let anyone but me put a site that would take them off of this site. Not that your friend isn't worthy of sharing her GoFundMe or that she doesn't need our support, to be clear. Her story is on there. I thought that would help to read, to see if it would be beneficial to reach out to her. Yeah, if you're willing to email me at thomasvisionsllc@gmail.com, email me her information, and the more of us people with cancer, and then the more of us people with specific cancers, the more we link up and learn from each other and talk with each other, the better. The mother of all surgeries that's being referred to here is known as the CRS HIPEC. And it is something that we wondered if I was going to be doing right away. But as it turns out, because my cancer spread down to my bladder, rectum, urethra, and pelvis, it made me ineligible at this time. And I think I may have been ineligible anyway, with the idea being that I need to address the systemic chemo or systemic cancer, or at least try, before doing the surgery. Lucy Lou says, I know how you're feeling. I have leukemia. I'm sorry to hear that. Be praying for you. Nisi Lou says hello from Scotland. Oh, another accent that I desperately love to try and do. I don't know if the Scots think Mel Gibson did a good job with Braveheart as far as his depiction of a Scot and his ability to do an accent, but I modeled my Scottish accent off of that. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Random says, yo, I finally saw you live. I keep you in my prayer. Same as my wife's situation. Stay strong, my friend. Thank you. Prayers back to you and your wife. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the prayers very much. Lucy says, are you having turkey today? Oh, I'm having turkey today, sister. I'm having turkey today. Hi from Australia, from Andridi Metrio. Lucy says, I cry all the time because odd, my diagnosis, it's normal. I have health anxiety. Yeah, you know what's weird, you guys? I should make a video about this. I have always thought myself to be someone who had health anxiety. And now I have stage 4 cancer. And I'm not very anxious most of the time. I mean, I have anxiety and worry. And God, who knows what I'll be experiencing if and when this gets close to the finish line, you know? But as of right now, I don't have the health anxiety that I would have expected that I would have. Oh boy, there it is. Always waiting for one of these. Not going to read the comment, but got a tough one. Gonna go ahead and take that person off. There's always one or two. Mary Horchuk says, happy Thanksgiving from Canada. I'm sorry that you are going through this journey. It's okay. Thank you for spending time with us. Thank you for reaching out. Taylor says, emotion is important. Let that big cry out when you are ready. Yes, ma'am. Or yes, sir. Mr. Nathan says, because us Christians know we're going to go to true happiness. Amen. Lucy says, do it. LOL. Alyssa says, cry, laughing face. Taylor, awesome Aussie accent. Lucy says, wow, that's nice. Excel says, pretty good. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Straight Jacket, love you so much. Nano, love you too, brother. Spider Monkey says, enjoy your life. God works in mysterious ways. Yeah, he does. Ninja Dragon, we humans are incredibly adaptable. If it comes to the colostomy bag, you will adjust. It might seem impossible now, but you'll master it just like you've mastered everything else. I don't know about master, but I do understand and agree that we're very adaptable. Miss Fame says, praying for you, been a subscriber for years. Thank you for praying for me. Thank you for being a subscriber for years. Hey, Tata Strong says, sending love and strength from Cali. Happy Thanksgiving. Tao Strong is another one of my subscribers who's just been here forever. I recognize that wonderful picture of you smiling anywhere. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Angel says, happy Thanksgiving. Praying God heals you completely. In Jesus' name, amen. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you. 39 out of 39 for Taylor. Yeah, I know. Lucy says, how old are you? How old do you guys think I am? And you can be honest. A dangerous question, I understand, especially early in the morning. But how old do you guys think I am? And then I'll answer that question. Perhaps some of you know. But if you already know, don't answer. But if you don't know, let's throw some guesses out there. And then I'll answer. Claire says, I'm from Scotland too. Let us hear your Scottish accent. Fight and you may die. Run and you'll live, at least for a while. Did I do it? I want to go home. I want to have a family. I want to live. I'm trying to think of other lines from Braveheart. Yeah, something like that. Fight and may die. I don't know that I can do the Scottish accent right over time. I'm afraid that if I kept doing it, I might morph it into something else. But I think this is about what I'd sound like if I was doing a Scottish accent. What I can't tell is when I'm broaching into an Irish accent, I'm broaching into an Australian accent. But I think the Scottish accent's my favourite. I think different tones of voice make it easier for me as well. Alright, you guys decide. There you go. Don't hold me to that. Taylor Bailey says, cancer is a beast. It took so many from my life. One of them was a fellow PPD officer who went to ground zero in 2001. He was a young officer who died of a rare cancer that acquired at that pile. God rest his soul. Yeah, cancer's, it's awful. It's awful. But it sure does bring some wonderful people together, but it is awful. And I hope I can stay around as long as possible. Lucy says, prayer hands, thank you. Zen says, got by the drinking problem. Yeah, you know, in some ways, yeah. Not sure you shared that with from a good place, but my drinking definitely impacted my situation here for sure. It certainly impacted my ability to get the help I needed. Let me make sure Zen is being kind, not saying anything else negative. I think it's okay. I think that was meant in a good way. All right. Lisa Miriam, one of my channel members, says, yes, make a video about how health anxiety in general has evolved as your consciousness seems to have evolved with the journey. It's a good idea, and it's an interesting topic, and I think I will. Thank you. Lucy says, that person who made that comment had no idea. So ignorant. Yeah, it's okay. Listen to this, you guys. So I don't know how or why. I don't fully understand how or why I ended up here on YouTube the way I am, and how I've been made to be so fortunate to have your time and support and effort and energy. I sometimes feel insecure about it. Like, who am I to do this? Who am I to be on here? Is this selfish and self-centered inherently to even just be making a YouTube channel talking about my life? And I've worked through this with people and some leadership and gotten enough general wisdom to know that it's more the intention behind why I'm doing what I'm doing that needs to be examined than the act of doing it. Because I'm someone who has gotten value out of other people's testimony. And I need you guys, and I've learned so much from you guys. But the story is that this has to do with someone who I kicked off the chat, who just said something harsh, which happens. But the story is that I was in treatment. I was in rehab. It was a 5-month rehab. And my therapist, after 3 months there, I was given permission to use my computer again and to start making YouTube videos again, because I had to be away from the internet, away from my phone and stuff for a long time. I made a video, as I'm inclined to do or I'm drawn to do, and some people laid into me in the comment section, and it hurt my feelings. My feelings became activated and triggered and hurt, and I remember complaining to my therapist about it, and he very calmly and very appropriately reminded me that nobody is forcing me to make content and post it online. Nobody is forcing me to say the things I say, to share the personal information that I seem inspired to share. They're not making me read the comments, and therefore nobody is violating my rights in disagreeing with me. Nobody is violating my rights in calling me names. I'm inviting those sort of potential things to happen, and it's part of the deal. If I don't want to read harsh things about myself, I don't have to post online. But I now kind of think that this is part of God's calling for me, and I'm always navigating what that looks like and feels like. So yeah, someone left a mean comment, and it never feels good, and it always gets me a little. But then I remember how many people are so sweet and so kind. Then I remember within myself that I am a fallible man doing his best to put some good out in the world, and how grateful I am to be able to do what I do here on YouTube for however much longer I get to do it. Can you tell that struck a chord? Yeah. Okay. Dustin says, hi, Dustin. Shazaib says, got on colonoscopy, turned out to be normal, but waiting for biopsy results, but currently have typhoid fever. Will feel better. I'm glad the initial results came back better. Dog Friendly says, brother, I started following you from the anxiety struggle, and I think before you started TRT. Keep fighting this battle. You have been a warrior through it all. Thank you. Missy Lou says, I've been following your story from the beginning. I admire your positivity. I'm not one for prayers, but sending you lots of love and light. I'll take the love and light. Thank you for that. That matters very much to me. Taylor says 42. How dare you? Guessing my age. Just kidding. Alyssa says 30-something. Lucy says 43. XL says 25. I know you're lying. Nikki Lou says 38, 39. I see 41 and 36. I'm 38 years old, guys. I'm 38 years old. And if I grow this out longer and I take off my beanie, I will likely look in the 40s for sure, because I'm balding. My hair is going white. But I'm going to go with XL, who, according to this little purple sticker, is my #1 fan, and who's certainly my #1 financial supporter right now. He says I look 25, and while I would never want to be 25 again, I'm going to go with that. Actually, you know what? Check this out, guys. I'm going to show you a picture of me when I was 25. Let's find you a picture when I was 25. All right. Let's try to find a normal picture of me when I was 25. All right, here's me at 25 years old. Here's me now. Here's me at 25 years old. I was certainly a little thicker. All right. Maybe text Andy. I'll share her number. Sorry, guys. Someone asking me a question about Thanksgiving coming up. And I gotta make sure. Gotta make sure I'm in. There we go. Share contact. Done. Okay, here I am. Be here now. David says, hey Noah, found your gastritis videos when I was dealing with the same in 2021. They made me feel as though I wasn't alone. That is the whole thing. That's the whole thing of YouTube. If done the right way, I'm glad, David, that you felt less alone. But that's the whole thing. I think so many of us feel so alone. And I just have never known what to do with myself in this life. Like, what do I do with my life? But this always made sense to me. Like, being here and seeing if I could shed some light on a human experience in a way that was real, that could help me process being alive, and then in turn, in principle, help someone else identify with me, which helps them. The whole idea of just share your truth and try not to lie and do it for a good reason, that always made a lot of sense to me. Anyway, testimony. When I was in the Psych Ward back in 2011, when I was in the midst of a really bad breakdown, I read a book that I've shared over and over again, and I'll keep sharing, called When Going Through Hell, Don't Stop. And the late and very much great Douglas Bloch, he wrote his story. The book was just his story going through depression. And reading his words and knowing he overcame it and believing that he went through what he was going through, I identified with him. His testimony saved my life because I realized I wasn't alone. And maybe that's what God put me on this earth for, is just to walk through life as it happens for me, try not to get lost in self, and see if I can usefully share my experience. And I know all of us have done that and do that with our friends and family. Julie McWyax just did a $4.99 super chat. For anyone on here who doesn't know what that is, it's a way to support the channel, support me and everything that's going on with my life. And then your comment jumps to the top for me to address and see and offer you some extra thanks and praise. So thank you for that, Julie. Julie says, I pray for you to have peace and health, and I really appreciate those prayers. I always leave these live streams just prayered up. I leave these live streams almost universally uplifted. So thank you. Just got another super chat from Lisa Merriam, 78. She's one of my channel members. Thank you, Lisa, very much for being so kind. It says, thank you for making my Thanksgiving better. I will appreciate it. You're a gem. We need you. We all need each other. And thank you, Lisa, for that. I'm always humbled. I really appreciate it. I hope today brings you and all of you whatever goodness it could possibly bring you. And if you are struggling in pain, I hope you feel maybe less of that struggle and less of that pain today. Really and truly. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Miriam. And thank you to everyone who's here. And thank you to all the other people who've supported the super chat function or memberships or the GoFundMe. Incredible. Nikki says, you look... Oh, Amaya says, hi, Amaya. Nikki says, you look a similar age to me and I'm 40. Yeah, I look about my age. There are worse things than looking about your age. Fort Worth, 41. Dennis says, finishing shoulders and legs at the gym before they close early. Get it. My wife and I are going to go to the gym and get a workout in before we go eat. For sure. Let me ask her what time she wants to do that. Honey, just text me when you're ready for me to stop this live stream. I'm having a great time right now, but I'm ready to hop off anytime you need or want to go work out or to help you with anything. Just let me know. I'm just goofing around or just to spend time with you. I love you. Okay. I'm having a lot of fun. Makes me not want to go. 41. Jenny says 36. Yeah, XO 30 something. You look young. Look, Noah. Thank you. Sean says, followed your story for a while now. It's truly mind-blowing that cancer affects healthy, fit people. Lost my husband to glioblastoma, brain cancer. At 42, gives me anxiety, and I'm going to get cancer now. Yeah, I can only imagine the anxiety that would give you. I don't know what it's like to be on your side of things. You're going through, or you went through the worst possible outcome experience that my wife is staring at, right? That Jessie, my wife, is having to contend with and process. And I don't envy that situation you're in. And my wife has expressed her own fears now of getting sick or having an issue happen. I wonder if a lot of my friends and family or your husband's friends and family have been through the same thing. Because death or serious illness just has a way of impacting so many more people than the person specifically going through it. So my thoughts are with you, truly. Zen says, yeah, are you a duck or a beaver? My wife is an Oregon State grad. I would have historically always thought I was a duck because all of my friends went to University of Oregon and I was accepted to University of Oregon. But out of solidarity with my wife and because I recently got accepted to the Oregon State University, I am a beaver. Not happy about that from a football program perspective, but everything else I'm pretty happy about it. But with everything else. Trell Dixon says, you are 28, however, I'm so grateful that you have loving parents and wife that have stood with you. Just beautiful. Yeah, it really is. Thank you. Claire says, that accent was pretty good. Well done. You rolled the R too. I try. Thank you. Sean says, also, I think you were 35. I'll take it. Galington says, have they given you any hope? I don't know who you mean by they, but I've been given a lot of hope in general. And if you mean by the doctors, then yeah, I've been given some hope. There's always a chance. I'm not, even by the traditional medical people, I'm not considered doomed at this point, most certainly. But, you know. I just got another $9.99 super chat from Julie Makawayak and G1RT. A $10, $9.99 super chat. Thank you, Julie, very much. Very kind, very generous. We appreciate it. Thank you. She says, I'm so glad I found your live today. This is my first Thanksgiving without my dad. He passed away in June. I'm so glad I found you live today. This is my first Thanksgiving without my dad. That must be a really, really tough thing to contend with. I'm often reminded that the holidays can be a really, really difficult time for many of us for a variety of reasons. For some people, it's a universally dependable reason to be joyous and happy and free. And for other people, it's a stark reminder at how lonely we might be or how bad we actually feel. And it's a real thing. So thank you for sharing that with everyone. I hope saying that out loud, saying it, typing it out loud, maybe hearing me read it out loud took some of the power away from the sadness. But at the same time, I'm often reminded that that sadness that we feel is because we cared so deeply. And it sounds like your dad was someone worth being sad over in that regard. So I just wish for you to have the day you were meant to have, but be kind to yourself. And thanks for the extra support for me too. Super nice of you. Really nice. XOXY says this cancer thing is rampant. What the heck is going on? I don't know. I won't even go into some conspiracy rant about it. I don't know. Amaya says, hey Noah, how are you? I'm absolutely okay today. This this live stream has been really fun, and I have a really nice day ahead of me coming. Have they given you any hope? Yes, they have. Taylor says, I appreciate that you are here. You are helping people every day and being helped by you guys every day. Thank you. Nikki, number 3 now on the, is this icon? What does this mean? Top fans ranked. I don't know how they rank that. What does it say? Top fans, what's the leaderboard? A place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges in live chat. It resets every stream, so you can always try again. How do you get on the leaderboards board? Sorry, this is why I want my computer screen to be shared with you guys. I'll do that next time as well. You'll need to collect experience points, XP. Here's how you get them. Send live chat messages, send super chats. Oh, wow. They're trying to drive engagement with that. Well, more power to them. That's what that is. Well, that's cool, though. Anyway, Nikki Lou, my number 3 live stream top fan. The biggest sign of narcissism is coming to someone else's YouTube journey and trying to make it about themselves. That's so funny. Oh, I'm glad you said that. That hadn't crossed my mind, but that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. Thank you for saying that. We got another super chat, I think €5, which is cool. You'll live a long life. Oh, from Matt Thompson. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate your extra support. You'll live a long life. I wish you could all know what I know after my NED. It's taken away any doubt. I was a staunch atheist. Enjoy NDE. I was a staunch atheist. Enjoy your time here. I think I follow. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you sharing. I appreciate you being here. Hang on one second, guys. 10 minutes, okay. My wife is giving me the warning that it's about time to wrap up. Got some things she wants to do, which makes sense. Here, let me just yell at her real quick. Hey, JT, is 10 minutes okay, or do you want even faster? I'm just wrapping up the live stream. 5 minutes?
I mean, whenever. I thought you were all going to be off like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. No, I'll wrap it up, JT. Just give me 5 minutes, okay? Yeah, 5 minute goodbye warning. I need to go make the rest of this Thanksgiving about her, that's for sure. So we'll get through 5 more minutes together. I got a little timer, 5 minute wrap up. Let's see if I can go really fast. Fort Worth says, you were here for a reason for us. Oh, thank you. David says, why do you think the SOT didn't work? has your cancer mutated? I think it had already spread too far for the SOT to work, is my assumption. I think SOT is good for circulating tumor cells. I don't think SOT, the treatment I did, for those of you that don't know, is good for cancer that's metastasized into tumor like mine has. Taylor says, you are clearly a peaceful, helpful, wise, helping man. You're helping us all. Thank you. Julie says, thank you for sharing your journey. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. Amaya, hi Noah. Hi Amaya. Julie says, fine. I finally had the opportunity to come out in your life. I want to tell you that I pray for you for peace and health. I appreciate those prayers, Julie. Thank you. Sean says, trolls are vile. Makes no sense to hate. You overcome struggles. Nobody's perfect. These people are wild. You're dealing with the biggest turning point in your life, and they can't even show you kindness. Yeah, we're all going through something. I always tell myself, anyone that hops on anyone's private page and spews out something negative can't be doing well. They just can't. Matt Thompson, you helped me through addiction so many years. I may not be here without you, Noah. God bless you. That's really cool. Glad you told me that. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Taylor says, my bad. It wasn't an insult. Yeah, no worries. Sean says, you're incredibly good looking. Oh, thank you, Sean. Alyssa says, I'm 25. You're young. Shazab says, are you the one in the family that got colon cancer? Yeah, it turns out it was appendix cancer, but yeah, I'm that one. Kelly says, hey brother, I hope you're having a nice time with the fam. I certainly will. Sean says, aging like 5 wine. You look the same from Lucy. Taylor says, you look like Shia LaBeouf now. I love it. Fort Worth, you look younger now. Dude, you look better now, from Nikki. Sally says, hi there from Michigan. You're inspiring. You'll be okay. I would have guessed 33. Yeah, I agree. You look younger. Okay, I think I have to wrap this up. There's some people whose comments I didn't get to, but I do want to go refocus refocus my energy and my attention on my present day. I hope you all have the best possible day you can have. This has been a wonderful experience for me, and I hope you heard something or felt something that made you want to come back and see me. There's this wonderful woman I love who always says that at the end of 12-step meetings, and it just resonates with my heart. And yeah, and I just really appreciate you guys. Have your best day. What a cool live stream this wound up being. They always are. And we'll see you guys in the next video or post or live stream, and we'll go from there. Take care. Be good. Bye, guys.